Hello Aquarius, how's everybody doing? We are here with a timeless reading. Before we get started with the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Okay, so you could have been caught up in something that was maybe pulling you away from where you were trying to go, but this can be something that wasn't like realized. I'm seeing the Seven of Swords, and this can be like all of the things that actually get in the way of where we're trying to go. Seven of Swords, the Star, can also be like needing to prioritize the right things as well. But yeah, maybe you felt like there was a bit of a distraction. Prioritizing is going to be really important right now. Two of Pentacles. Prioritize what's important to you. Prioritize things that make you feel how you want to feel. A little bit every day. Somebody wants to come through and make an offer to you. For some of you, you can be thinking about making an offer to someone. But yeah, I'm saying for some reason this person still needs to like maybe figure out how to do this. They want to offer the Ace of Cups, which would be a connection. For some of you, this can be like a work connection. They may want to propose something to you, but it can be more than that too. This person would be very slow moving. Getting some earth energy here, which earth energy is generally like more reserved. All of us have earth in our charts. Earth energy can be more reserved and more slow moving and more cautious, you know, wanting to make sure that they're making the right choice and that they really feel good with it and they've thought about it enough, you know. It's kind of like the opposite of fire energy in that way. Where fire energy can be like, I feel it, I'm gonna do it, you know, it can be like a bit more impulsive. But with earth energy, it's more like slow and steady wins the race. So if this is you, you can be thinking about proposing something to someone, but you're still at the point of figuring out how to exactly do that. Somebody that you feel a connection with. On what level, I don't know. There's just something alluding to a connection here with the Ace of Cups. Probably something somewhat new. All these twos, needing to make a choice. Maybe the person on the other end of this is going to need to make a choice. I'm seeing a tower. To have the death card and then the tower come out, this can be like a karmic or a fated event that happens that just nobody could have stopped this from taking place. Like it was gonna happen either way is what I'm seeing. I don't know where to put this card yet though. Hold on. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody trying to like get on the surfboard, but the wave was bigger than expected and they're like trying to find their balance as this huge thing is coming. Like, are they going to be able to balance out or no? Are they going to get knocked over? Are they going to ride this out? We don't know yet. I'm seeing something starting to feel very, very heavy. Like, should I have gotten on that surfboard? Like, should I have taken that wave? There's something here like this. It has to do with a connection. It has to do with a relationship. I'm looking at Scorpio, Mars, and Gemini on the bottom of the deck. Sheesh. Why are things getting so unstable? It seems like something is kind of happening. Something is sort of turning over. But someone knew that this was going to happen. This isn't a surprise. If this wasn't consciously known, the higher self already knew about this. So this can be like a moment where you realize that you were actually right all along. It feels like your intuition being validated. Because I'm seeing a lot of work that you've been doing, but you could have kind of like surprisingly been thrown into something that just felt really intense and like a lot, but here you are. Yeah, I'm getting the thing with the wave again. It's like maybe it was a lot bigger than you expected it to be, and now you're on the surfboard trying to make sure that you don't fall off, trying to ride this wave. And your higher self is like, you know what you're doing, it's fine. But I'm seeing it just feel very difficult to balance at a point. It's like all these new skills that you have to pull out that you're not used to using, that are now being required of you. And everything just feels very, very intense here. It feels intense because it's new and you're not used to this. And I'm seeing something that you've been working on, but something about this, it feels kind of like old skills that you've had that you're remembering, but you're only just remembering how to use them at this point. Like dusting something off is the feeling of this. And it almost feels like it hit you out of nowhere. Like you were doing these little lessons, like closer to the shore on the surfboard, you know, with those little waves. And it felt very comfortable. And then all of a sudden you're in the middle of the ocean and it's like this monster wave that they put you on. And here you are trying to figure it out. It feels too like by sort of taking whatever proposal this is that's been given to you and making the choice, there's like a lot of change that comes with this. So you could have even like taken something on and said yes to it without like realizing what that was actually going to mean for you, like what those implications were going to mean. For some of you, this has to do with a relationship. Like you could have been thinking about, do I want to take this? Do I not want to take this? And whatever choice was made, it sort of led like from one thing to the next. And I'm seeing things just start to really take off here. I need to see more about this. This whole process just seems different than one had thought. You have a very seasoned connection with your intuition. So regardless of everything else that's going on, I'm seeing you be very tight here with the High Priestess. Now, having the Devil and the Five of Pentacles come out, this can be something going on up here. Well, it's actually in the chakra system, but we're just going to equate this to a mentality for now, just to make this as simple as possible. Something in here, right, has you thinking that there's something that you need, but it's not something intrinsic, and that's where the error in thinking is. There's something outside of you that you're like, well, how am I going to function without this? I need that thing. But I'm seeing this be definitely a distorted perception that is characterized by an attachment that you have to something or someone. Because the devil is something that comes through and it's like, you need me to function in some way. Like, you're dependent on me for some reason. So I don't know what this is for you, but there's some sort of dependency. And there's that fear of losing it, of I can't do it on my own without that. So I don't know if this is a person, if this is a thing, if this is an addiction to something, to someone. Whatever this is something outside of you, but it's an illusion because the devil is here. But it's something that tells you you're not going to succeed without me, or you can't do it on your own. But it's a lie. It's not the truth. And it's something at times that actually blocks you from your intuition. Temporarily. This thing actually stops you from getting the reciprocity that you want, funnily enough. Because you would think that it's going to give to you what you want, but it actually doesn't. And that's also part of the illusion as well. It's like, yeah, I'll make a fair deal with you, and it doesn't. But it's something that you keep hoping and it keeps promising, but it never actually materializes for you. But it's something that, like, you want it to be, and so it'll allow you to keep projecting that hope onto it while still never, like, giving it to you like that. But I am seeing you've been, like, working very, very hard to culture and maintain this relationship that you have with your higher self, because I'm seeing you and your higher self have been, like, putting in work here with something that you've been doing. But it's just been feeling kind of heavy lately, and it seems like it's associated with whatever the devil is here for you. You want to check in and ask yourself why you're investing in what you're investing in and what's motivating that. The reading's going to be over soon, so just bear with me with the noise. So what I'm seeing is that you are trying to maneuver through something, but I'm seeing a tower and I'm seeing the devil. And what this looks like to me, so this is you trying to find balance, is trying to prioritize the right things, trying to ride the surfboard, okay? Something has popped up in the environment that you're like, oh, now I have to deal with this. It's like something that you've become aware of now. But to have the devil here and to have the tower, this means that it's something that was growing out of proportion or in a way that it wasn't supposed to. That's why the tower is here, to knock this back down to size. So while you were already trying to balance something, you have the tower, which is bringing something to light for you that's allowing you to realize something that you needed to realize. Something important here. So this can be something that's like showing you where you are, showing you where you're not. Okay. This is an offer or a proposal about starting something, about walking down a path. But Five of Pentacles can be like, I'm scared to go in that direction because of change, or like this is bringing up fear for me to do that. But the reason it's bringing up fear is because you're realizing that you were like dependent on something other than yourself. And so now like this thought of you doing this on your own and going in this direction that you're meant to be going in, it's scary now. Because you're like, but if I don't have this, what am I going to do? And that's the trick of the dependency. The devil's like, where are you going without me? Like, you're going to walk down this path without me? And that's why you're feeling that way about that. It's like a prime offer that's coming through, but this part of you that's like feeling all sickly without whatever this is struggling, you know? Which is just part of it, you know? Part of the cycle. It's actually you like getting clean from this energy and breaking away from it. but it's definitely got you tripped up right now. It's whatever the devil was, it was like actually taking away your agency, and that's why you feel like you can't do something on your own. So I'm seeing something here that you're connecting with, but now things are feeling very stressful. And something is like kind of put on pause because a decision needs to be made, but your guides are telling you to be confident and listen to your intuition. They're telling you to trust your intuition. Your ego may be saying one thing to you and your intuition is telling you another. Your ego is going to be motivated by fear. Your intuition is going to be motivated by empowerment, telling you, take a leap of faith, you got this. You know, it's going to be encouraging to you. We're going to figure it out. It's going to be all right. You know, trust yourself. And I'm seeing a big change currently that you are working through, that you've been working through. And I'm seeing your guides like very excited about something here that you're doing. But this just, it doesn't seem easy right now, this stuff that's happening. Because I don't know how it is that you got caught up in whatever this is. Yeah, the devil can be something that you were buying into, but it's actually, it stops you from moving in the direction that you want to move into. It's kind of like a wall that's projected that is just like a mirage. It's not actually there, but if you don't go and check it out and like knock on it, you're not going to realize that you can actually just walk through it. But maybe you had been like surprised to find this out, because this can be this thing coming up unexpectedly where you were like, oh, I didn't know I was attached to that. Or I didn't know that I gave that so much weight. Or I didn't realize that this had become unhealthy. You know, it's something like that where you're realizing that, like, oh, you caught me again, you know? Like, you fell into the game. Like, you thought it was all real. And this is a moment of you waking up and being like, yeah, I got caught up in it again. And that's okay, you know? It's just normal. But it seems like something subconsciously that had happened, that once you realized that the leash was like tied around you, you tried to move somewhere and you couldn't, and you're like, what's holding me back? And you look back and you find out that it was this, whatever this was that was stopping you. But now that you're aware of it, it means you can break free from it, because when you're not aware, that's really the trouble. So the thing about this is that now you're at a point where you're like, okay, I see what's been holding me up. So now that I've recognized it, I can do something about that. And I'm seeing that it's bringing up fear for me. And it's been making me stammer when it comes to this choice that I need to make. Yeah, something was even put on hold. It's like even being scared to make a decision or scared to invest in something. So things had been sort of suspended and put on pause. It's like the fear gripping you. And fear can come through in many different ways too. Like it can come through in anxiety, avoidance, distraction. But this is all part of a bigger change, a bigger life transition that you're continuously working through. Because I'm seeing this be like the final stages actually of something, and maybe that's why it's surprising to you that you realize this attachment was there, or that this thing has been holding you back. Because I'm seeing you be like very far along with things. So to realize that this was something that was still holding you up may have sort of come out of nowhere, but now that you're seeing it, it's just another thing that you can work with now. Yeah, you're gonna realize that there are like more opportunities than you thought. It's kind of like there was a glass ceiling that you weren't aware of, and now that you've seen it, you can crack it open, and now you're not limited by that any longer. I'm seeing this be very important progress that you're making too. And it looks too like you've been working with a person or a group of people around you. And or this change that you're making is going to connect you with people that are really going to celebrate what you have going on and everything that you've done thus far. Looking at Scorpio, Capricorn, Mars, and the Moon. Okay, so we're going to end with this. The Fool and Temperance are popping out, which means that there's a new leg of the journey that you're going to be going down, but I'm seeing right now there's this part of you that's like a bit resistant to it. So your guides are saying you're going to want to ease into this new chapter, because there can be a part of you that's like, oh, like clean slate, now I have to start over, you know, but it's not actually starting over, but you may sort of be seeing it like that. So there's this part of you, it's kind of like you're allowed to go on this adventure now, like you have access to it, but there can be this part of you that's like, I don't want to go though. Like maybe you don't feel super into this. You're like, I didn't ask for this. I didn't want access to that. This is what I'm seeing it be like. But your guides are saying that you're probably resistant because you don't like transitioning and you just need time to acclimate. Definitely characterized by Aquarian energy for sure. It's the energy of fixed energy, the modality. Wherever you have fixed energy in your chart, it's where you like to be plopped down in a lane and stay there doing that same thing. So it's like, I love things being repetitive. I love doing the same thing every day. That's your fixed energy. I love that I go here, I come home, I do that, I do this, you know, like make my coffee every morning. It's that feeling really comfortable with routine. So yeah, I'm seeing this transition. You're in a spot right now where you may be feeling a little grumpy about this, but it's actually just part of your growth. And once you get acclimated to this, you're going to be having a good time. But it's just the transition right now that may have you not feel super excited about this, but it's what's needed now. And it's actually going to like electrify a part of yourself that may be a bit asleep. So yeah, there's a transition into a new energy. I'm also hearing into a new system that you're making right now, but I'm not seeing you get rushed into this. I'm seeing there's going to be like a slow transition, like a slow acclimation to this. It's like the changing of seasons that's happening. This is going to move you to calmer days as well. Like things are going to feel more settled in this leg is what I'm seeing too. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.